Hey everybody, and welcome to Motivational Monday, where you can learn how simple shifts in your habits can lead to profound results in the way that you feel and in the way that you look. Today I have a great either lunch or dinner option for you that's vegan, wholesome, and totally delicious, so stay tuned. So I'm sure you've heard of poke. It's all the craze. People are eating it all over Manhattan for sure. And basically what it is sushi in a bowl. So there's rice, there's raw fish, it's marinated, it has a sauce, it's got some vegetables in it. And I thought, well, I'm not going to eat raw fish. I don't trust myself to go find sushi grade fish to make this, and I'm not that interested in having that anyway. And I thought what would be great is to make it a vegetarian vegan style poke, adding lots of delicious ingredients, combining them in such a way with a delicious wasabi sauce to make it a nice, wholesome, and filling meal. So today I'm going to show you what I came up with, and hopefully you will like it too. So the ingredients are some rice. So you can use sushi grade rice if that suits you. I happen to have black japonica rice on hand, so that's what I made. And because I don't want lots of rice and lots of carbs, I'm going to thin out the bottom, the base of it, with some arugula, so I'm not relying so much on rice. However, if you like rice and you feel like you need to gain weight or you want more carbs in your diet because you're training for an event, then certainly you could just fill the bowl with rice and you don't need the arugula at all. But I like that combination for me. I have some blanched carrots, some scallions, some pumpkin seeds, shiitake mushrooms that are lightly sauteed, sliced cucumbers, cooked edamame, and avocado. And that's all for the bowl. Now for the dressing, I have some wasabi, and I also have some tamari with sesame oil and rice wine vinegar combined here. One word about the wasabi. There are two ways that you can buy that. You can buy it either in a powder form and reconstitute it, or you can find it already made in a paste. When I went to buy it, I found that the ingredients in the paste were complicated, and that's a lot of extra ingredients, some of them preservatives, and I just thought that's not what I want to be eating. So I bought the powder, which isn't brilliant as far as ingredients either, because all these things have just some ingredients that I would prefer not to have. However, there's no other way to get wasabi. So I got the powder, because it had less ingredients, and then I just put a little bit of water in it, literally just like a couple of drops, just enough to thicken it into that paste that you're familiar with from a sushi restaurant. So if you come over here, I'm going to assemble everything together and we will make our poke bowl. So first I'm going to assemble the actual bowl itself. So we'll start with the rice. And this rice happens to be warm because I just made it. So I would recommend you do the same. It gives it a nice contrast to the other ingredients. Then I'm going to fill the rest of the bowl with the arugula. Okay, and I'll add my edamame. So again, you can actually add any vegan ingredients that suit you. So it doesn't have to be edamame, it could be chickpeas if that's something that you like, whatever it is that you enjoy, just think about it and add it in. So the shiitake mushrooms I sauteed in a little bit of olive oil, and it's just a dot of sesame oil to give it a nice flavor, and they are so delicious. So and only saute them for 2 to 3 minutes, not a lot. My carrots, and of course assemble it so it's beautiful to look at as well. You don't want it to just be, thrown in a bowl and eat it, or at least I don't. So we'll add our carrots, add some scallions over the top, sprinkle in your pumpkin seeds, that gives it a nice crunch. We'll add some cucumbers, so slice them thin. You can just put them in there in a way that looks pretty. And then we will add our avocado. So you can also add cilantro to this if you feel like that's something that would interest you. That's an option. And just that nice the cilantro with the dressing that's made with tamari and sesame oil might be a nice combination. And there is the bowl. So it's really pretty. And now we're going to make our wasabi dressing, and then we're going to put it over the top. So now we're going to make our dressing. So I'm going to use some wasabi that I already reconstituted before we started filming. And remember that wasabi is made from horseradish, which is very, very spicy. I happen to love spice, so for me, the more the better. But just be mindful of that when you're making it. And I'm going to add it to my little mason jar. And then I'm going to add these other ingredients. So I have here a tablespoon of tamari, gluten-free, 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of sesame oil and 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. So I'm going to add it to this. And then I'm going to mix it well and make sure it's all blended. So then I just want to give it a taste to make sure that I have enough wasabi in there. I think I could do a little bit more. Like I said, I love spice, but it might be too much for you, so be mindful of your own needs. So traditionally when you make any sort of Asian style dressing, it has some sweetness in it. So they'll often use sugar or they'll use honey or something along those lines to kind of balance out the flavors. I don't do that because I try to minimize the amount of sugar in my diet no matter what the source is. And I don't need it. I don't need that balancing act in my diet. However, if you taste this when you make it and you find that the vinegar is too pronounced or any flavor is too harsh, then you could add like half a teaspoon of agave or half a teaspoon of honey, blend it in there, and it'll smooth out that sharpness for you if you feel like you need that. So let me just see how this tastes now. Oh my God, perfect. So now I'm going to combine the two. So now I'll add the dressing to the top of it. And this is enough for one person for a meal. Or you can use it, you can divide it between 2 people as a snack for each of you or as a side dish with something else if you want. Or if you really don't have a big appetite, you can have half of it yourself. And the amount of dressing ingredients is enough for 1 serving. So we'll add that in there. And that's it. I'm not going to toss it because it's so beautiful. I want you to see it. So there you have a colorful, antioxidant-rich, phytonutrient-rich meal that you can have for lunch or for dinner, like I said. If you want to bring this for lunch, you could pack all these ingredients together in a container and then just keep the dressing on the side and add it when you're going to eat it. For dinner, it's easy to whip up. I mean, all of this takes about 10 to 15 minutes, so it's a really fast meal and a really hearty, nutritious meal. So there's another motivational tip for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And now I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat poke? And if you do you like it with the sushi grade fish or do you like it vegetarian style? And as importantly, I want you to try this and I want you to get back to me and let me know what you think in the comments below. I love your feedback. It really helps me understand what you're looking for and what your preferences are and how to structure my motivational Mondays in the future. So do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in for another Motivational Monday. If you like tips like this and you're looking for more of them, come on over to barbaramendeznutrition.com and you can sign up for the mailing list there. Once you do, you will automatically receive an email from me every Monday with either a written or a video blog with some recipe or inspirational tip to move you closer to your health goals. You can follow me on Facebook or Twitter, and then absolutely please share this with anybody you think that might be interested. Thanks so much. Have a great Monday, and I will see you next week.